In essence, we have the radioactive core of the nuclear activists in the Southeast who continue to remind us that complacency is going to further get us in a hole with respect to our future with regard to nuclear energy generation. Nuclear Watch South had a motto about 15 years ago that stuck with me at the time that nuclear energy legislatively was calling itself renewable. And the Sierra Club fought and won in 3 months, eliminating the nuclear industry from ever using the word renewable.
In very shorthand, this is what we are about, is we are exploring the legacy of the atomic age on the Savannah River watershed. Today is the commemoration of the ongoing Fukushima disaster, and so we were very happy to be able to do a program that addresses radioactive waste on the commemoration of Fukushima. And Stephen Wing is a board member of Nuclear Watch South and a poet, and he is our resident poet on this journey.
We are the Pilgrims, but we are not the pilgrimage. All of you are part of the pilgrimage, and all the people we've spoken with and shared our message and listened to their concerns. The pilgrimage is wider than just for 5 people canoeing down the watershed. And this is my Source to See poem. It's called The Babble of the Oracle. At the exact instant I lost track, the chatter in my head merged with the rippling quiet of the stream, making its way down the mountain, keeping everything along its path alive. Moss, ferns, crawdads, rhododendron, and dogwood and pine, while simultaneously sculpting the rocks, supervising the redistribution of sediment, conjoining with runoff from other watersheds downstream to eventually converge in a massive, twisting, smooth-sliding serpent of river water, flowing finally into the vast global conglomerate of waters, a sparkling bridge from the mountain to the sea, doing its part in the conspiracy of elements to maintain the balance of living chemistries, while incidentally keeping me too hydrated and alive. Its single wordless answer to every possible question, returning me now by slowly retreating degrees of wonder to this damp seat on a fallen log, spanning the babble of the oracle, in this exact, endlessly flowing instant.
I'll try to be brief, but yeah, so in 2015, that was, I can say, Joanne's 60th birthday, right?
Yep.
And she just had her, just a couple of weeks ago, she had her 65th birthday, so we did this Source to See on that arm, as she said, starting in North Carolina on Whiteside Mountain, which is the very highest spring of the whole Savannah River system, and we went 438 miles to Tybee Island on the Atlantic, and so now in 2020 we're doing the eastern arm of the Seneca River. We started at Toxaway Mountain this time, which is just a little, not quite as high elevation, but close to Whiteside. It's like 47 or 4,800 feet. So anyway, that's what our mission is about. And last time we did programs like this along the route, we met with 3 mayors. We met with the second and third largest cities, I guess, in Georgia are Augusta and Savannah, and we met with the Augusta mayor when we came through, and she signed a letter to be delivered to the mayor of Savannah, which
You got them backwards. It was a man in Augusta.
it sure was, yeah. It was, and she knows the names still.
No.
I don't think they're mayors anymore, but they were. Anyway, so we delivered a letter about sustainability and the cleanliness of the river and protecting the river, and we delivered it by boat to the mayor of Savannah. Savannah River is really at the epicenter, especially with the 2 nuclear plants, Plant Vogtle, that were the first that have been built. Savannah Riverside, right there across from Vogtle, nuclear weapons, so that, Savannah River watershed is really at the epicenter of what's happening with nuclear in this country right now. But Jesse is our 4th member that did everything. And in 2015, he went all the way to.
Yeah, we've caught some really lucky or fortuitous weather windows. It was supposed to be raining, and we woke up and looked across the lake and could see the mountains, and instead of cooking a nice hot breakfast, we just jumped in the truck and headed up the mountain, and basically got all the way almost to the end, and then stopped at basically had a half mile in the rain. Then the next day,
It's gorgeous state park.
yeah, gorgeous,
Beautiful place.
yeah, gorgeous state park. But then the next day was the windy day on Jocassee, and everybody was really trying to talk us out of doing it. And once they realized that we were far too stubborn to.
And they're big whitewater paddlers, they're very
But
skilled.
when we
They-
got
they
there,
have to be.
I don't know how many miles of lake paddling I've done in my life, and I got maybe the second or third tailwind of my life that day, which was
We were
probably,
surfing.
it was a 20 to 25 mile per hour tailwind, which was creating white cap waves, and we basically surfed all the way across Lake Jocassee on waves and
Until the big part.
until the big
Then
part.
it got very chaotic.
Yeah, it was a little chaotic.
Yeah, it was
But
kind of scary.
it's been, you know, I feel like the weather has been very kind to us, and that, you know, the tailwind across Lake Jocassee kind of set the tone that maybe we were in the right place at the right time, and we maybe still are.
Tomorrow,
So
there's
far, so
supposed to
good.
be thunderstorms, and we just, but we think we can get to the confluence before the weather gets bad, and then we'll take out and go
And that-
home.
That's the other major difference. I don't know if anyone's mentioned that, but we're not going all the way to the sea this time. We're going to the point that we have already traversed
Yeah.
before.
Where we converge with the previous route.
Previous
Yeah.
route.
And technically, that's the start of the Savannah River.